Hello there. Did you know that veterans of war, like shell shock veterans that have post-traumatic stress disorder, the classic syndrome of showing too much stress after war, have been known to play video games to sort their stressors, specifically first-person shooters? This is not something I made up. This is actually true. I could probably list you to some studies if you really want to know. But the point is running war simulations in which there actually is no risk of physical death is a way of confronting what happened. So, yeah, consider that as another plus to video games. Though you don't really hear about that. I just want you to know that things like that happen. Besides, basic coordination, lot of culture, blah blah blah, but skill, blah blah blah, but whatever. Training without any need for gates. Which is why we don't use windows. We use doors. Without surfaces. We shoot dogs, though. That would... Man. You think the protagonist gets a bad rap for killing dogs? If I played like the New Order or the Old Blood, maybe I would know. I don't know if I'd ever get to those, by the way. Or even return to Castle Wolfenstein. Not really 100% on that. I do remember that one multiplayer thing. This was something I did before TF2. I'm trying to remember what it was. But it was like an expansion pack thing. And there was an engineer class that I did where I just gained XP by fixing the bridge. So I'd be constantly fixing the bridge so our dudes could get over to the enemy side. And easy XP. I just basically kept trying to see every possible bridge I can make and or fix and be like, yeah, free experience. All I gotta do is do maintenance. I don't know why I found that fun. I just thought it was weird to get experience in ways that aren't ordinary. Like when instead of killing someone, you just go to a new area and be like, here's your experience. I'm like, yes. It's like points, except they actually do something to your bodily functions. Just imagine you, like, passing a math test and being like, suddenly I'm stronger, you know. Mein bagel. Yeah. Come with me. You can see dead skeleton men. That's pretty spooky. Tables, chairs, and not nearly enough humans to fill all the chairs. Except maybe there are, and maybe this was like a dining hall for the warden. Fuck if I know. I can't fucking explain any of these levels in a sort of narrative. Are you freaking kidding me? It took me forever just to come up with names for these. You know why? Because I had to do the equivalent of, naming blades of grass, or looking at clouds in the sky and trying to associate with them images. I'd have to hallucinate ideas. So, what do you think I do when I try to be creative, like when I'm talking? What do you think happens? I'm literally trying to turn off the filter so I could say almost anything. And that's how the thoughts work for some of these. They at least have to make sense. I can't just, like, type gibberish. I can't type, alright, part 30. The minus hexagon circle square 567G and 7. Like, I can't do that. I can't type someone's hash password as a video title. It still has to make some amount of sense. So that's the amount of sense I'm trying to make out of this. Even though it really doesn't. Well, the boss battles would make sense. I can make those mean something. And I could make the text at the end of the episodes mean something, which, by the way, I didn't get around to. I thought I was just gonna leave anyone reading the introductory story in text to just you guys, if you really want to know. I mean, it's probably not against any rules to just drop you off with the introduction story text for any video game that's commercial. I think it's just a good courtesy to give you an idea. Like, that should just come with the manual. Back when manuals were a thing, I kind of miss video game instruction books. I kind of just miss manuals. You know, nowadays I have to look up wikis instead of manuals, which is weird because we're crowdsourcing knowledge. That doesn't always work. Certainly doesn't work with peer review science papers, which is why they have to do peer review and not crowd sharing. So, you wouldn't be able to get wiki articles with that because you need other sources to back up what the primary source is saying, except, you know, primary source is already saying that, that's the point. Whatever. I didn't write those things. Wow. The blue shirts are out in force. They're guarding this health pack very well. No one will ever get to their health pack, except I just did. But I don't need it, so it was a Pyrrhic victory at best. Such a patrician YouTuber this one is. Isn't he great and aristocratic? Shut the fuck up. Who the hell invited you on my podcast? What the hell is a podcast? I don't know. It's when you make a copyrightable term an actual term, like Xeroxing or Kleenex. Oh, fuck! Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Same with, like, yo-yos. Or hula hoops or something. And then people try to do the invert or reverse by copyrighting the word candy. Like, that's acceptable in our day and age. Like, no. No, you can't. That existed in, like, everything. Anything that is sweet and good. You cannot copyright a concept. I'll come after you. Now, patent it, okay, but not copyright. Different stuff. Certainly not trademark. Look at these guys in a row. You know what shooting a bunch of guys in a row near a door is like? It's like that one Daffy Duck cartoon where he's Dick Tracy and he shoves all the dudes behind the door and then guns the door down and then they all fall down from it. That's what this game is like. That's how you should play this game. You open the door, you wait for the bad guys, then you shoot them as they're coming through the door. That's how most of this is. You know, when they come out in force. Some of these guys have a death status, which is basically, well, they don't, you can't, like, if you shoot them, they're not going to notice you unless you're literally walking in front of them. And others will move the moment you shoot near them, and sometimes their hearing limit can be farther than the doors. As in, sometimes guards can hear you over the next room, and then they'll open the door, and you know, you'll know because you'll hear someone from somewhere and you'll be like, where the fuck is he coming from? And then you have to wonder what sick wall he crawled out of. How important is this concept? Pretty. Holy shit, blue shirt alert! The blue shirts are out in force. They all say, it's a boy. And then they eat their jelly bellies, and then they are satisfied. Would you like a jelly baby? And then the British got mad at me. The end. Guys, we can't guard the 70s wood paneling all day. We have to do other things, like actually wonder why it's there. Hey, don't you shoot me in the back. It's not very nice. Okay. Manners. Marquis of Queensberry rules. What are you doing guarding these goblets? None of them have fire in them. Relax. You're not going to the Triwizard Tournament. There I go, making the British mad again. What am I doing with my life? Making them... No. Stop. Harry Potter and the giant pile of miserable ash. Shut up. Shut up. What is this video today? Going through the door. Going by the... I have to really pick some shit out of my ass to come up with content. Going through the doors. We find ourselves lost once again. No, I'm not lost. I am looking for food. I am hungry. I'm also hungry for bullets, which is why I ingest the lead and get my iron. Except, don't touch lead. You know why? Because it's toxic! Yes, that's why plumbing used to suck a lot more than it does now. In fact, the term for plumbing is just Latin for lead anyway. They knew. Holy shit, someone was actually inside the exit door. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound fair. Is that even allowed? You're breaking my expectations. Oh, Lisa, you're tearing me apart. That's what I say about every room. Every time I go in there, I'd be like, this is the room. And no, this is the room. Every room is the room, if you think hard enough. Or just really bland. Oh, do you like that? This area is interesting in that you need to open a push wall and to go to where all these enemies are hiding out. So they have to wait. They're pretty much caved off here. Like, you know, there's no food or supplies or oxygen. Someone just fucking closed them off with this wall that they're waiting for you to push so they can finally escape. What the fuck did they do to deserve that? But elsewards, there's ammunition and health in a few of these red chambers that are also behind locked doors. So if you go to the secret, make sure you have the key first. I say the key, but only when it's a golden key. If it was the silver key, I mean, you'd know. If it's just one key, I'm just going to say the key. I don't need to specify until there's two keys. Yeah, and those dogs. They didn't even have dog food on them. They could have just died. My score counter could have just went up if I just waited long enough for them to die and assumed they're like the end for Metal Gear Solid 3. You know, just wait a week. Alright, they're dead. I win. You know. Funny. Realistic outcome.
Eat and grow merry and health. I am the Christmas ghost of the present. I am here to tell you that I don't remember what I'm doing because it's the present.
You would think I would know. But I did not. I did not. I did not do that. No. Man, that guy's... Oh yeah, and those guys behind the locked doors. Here's an interesting fact. I think in some instances, some of the enemies may actually... Well, the dogs can. But some of the enemies can not just open doors, but they can open locked doors without you having the key. So you walk over to the other side of that locked door, and then you're locked on that side. And that is shit. So if you want an easy way to self-lock yourself, I just found it. Wooden cross, wooden cross. What is that cross? It's made of wood. That's already a game, save that's position. Yeah, it's my fucking game, dude. What are you freaking saying? Oh my god, the floor is completed. 5 floors. It's almost like they're numbered or something. Also, why is every building suspiciously 10 floors? What's with that? Well, arm sounds, that's what. Yeah, let's just make awkward sounds at the end of every video. That will be the gag. Yeah, great idea.